What's going on, my friends? Welcome to the channel. My name is RaisDocs, and today we're talking about the day before. Now, for those of you guys that didn't know, there is a Q&A interview available at a website known as WCCF Tech with the fantastic studios, letting us know answers to questions that we all have been asking. So, if you guys were not aware of this, I am providing this video so that you guys know what they answered to these questions. If you guys find this video useful in any kind of way, please make sure to smack the thumbs up button and also subscribe to the channel because I cover a lot of other open world games with a realistic feel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, in the beginning of this interview, the developer started off by saying that the creation of such a huge game was made possible due to the fact that they partnered with one of the world's largest publishers known as Mytona. After opening up the interview with that statement, the developer went on to answer questions that were lined up for him. And the first question was, the inspiration of Ubisoft's Massive's The Division seems pretty obvious at first glance from the trailer. What are you going to do to differentiate the day before from this popular online game? The developer responds by saying, "We see that a lot of people from all around the world are pointing out the similarities between the day before and the Division as well as The Last of Us. It is great to hear because New York in the Division is very atmospheric location, and the animations in The Last of Us became an undeniable standard of quality. So of course we are inspired by their best parts, and it only confirms that our team has the high standards of development. However, we're heading towards creating the best version of the day before, not trying to create a copy." Guys, one thing that I forgot to mention, down below in the description box you will be able to find this entire article for you to follow along or read for yourself. Please keep in mind that this video is summarizing everything that is said, that way the video is not too long. With that being said, let's go on to question number 2. How long have you been working on the title, and with how many developers? And they responded by saying that almost 16,800 hours have passed since the first line of code was written, and we are truly happy that we spent so many hours of our lives creating the game of our dreams. We are creating a huge game, but I am deeply convinced of one thing. No matter how many resources you have, the important thing is how effective you use them. Now, the number of people in our fantastic team is approaching 70, and we continue to grow and recruit hungry and talented guys from all around the planet. We use our own technological solutions to work remotely. We are innovative both in the creation of the game and the development of the company. Continuing down to the next question, can you discuss the server structure of the day before? How many players will be in a single instance? And they responded by saying, we have a very flexible server system. We're still testing the best number of players for the best possible experience in the day before. Continuing on, how big is the world of the day before, and is there a dynamic time of day and weather system in place? And they stated that the day before features a large open world that you can safely navigate both on foot or by car without any loading screens. The focus is on the big city and its surroundings, but players will also be able to explore farms, vast meadows, small settlements, majestic forests, and snow-capped mountains. It is a hand-detailed world aiming to convey the romance of the post-apocalypse and in which players would live their own lives. The next question is pretty much asking, how do vehicles work in the day before? And the developers respond by saying that the game will include not only ordinary cars but also armored vehicles. When it comes to infected, what can we expect? Are there special enemies with different abilities? And the developers say that in our game, zombies react to sound, rely on sight, and if you carry too many things, the sounds you make will be louder, and the chances that you will be heard will increase. Each contact with the infected may be your last, and it's important for us to convey the same emotions from meeting a zombie as if it happened in real life. Continuing down to the next question, beyond the infected, will players encounter any human NPCs, allies, and or foes? And the developer stated that in Woodbury Survival Colony, you can not only communicate with other players, but also talk to the inhabitants of the colony. take different tasks from them, reveal more details about the world. Also, you can meet human NPCs in cities and villages. but unlike civilians at Woodbury, they are more likely to shoot you in the head instead of greeting you. How does PvP work in the day before? Is it consensual or not? Are there objectives? And is it possible to loot defeated players? And the developer stated that in the day before, players will have absolute freedom. You can meet anyone and whenever you want, act as you want, cooperate with people or rob them. It's your choice. And of course, you can loot the defeated players. Alright guys, so like I said earlier, I don't want this video to be too long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just give you the answers to the questions that are left. These are just gonna be summarized, so it's not gonna be word for word from what you see in the article. With that being said, when it comes to player progression, there will be no leveling system in the game and everyone is going to be on equal terms. The developer says that clan systems and the way to claim bases will be showcased in future videos. The developer says that they're considering porting the game to next-gen consoles and to wait for a special announcement. There are plans for beta tests to take place involving the employees at the current publishing company. For those of you that want to know what kind of anti-cheat system is going to be in the game, well, unfortunately they still don't have one because their chief technical officers are currently working on choosing the appropriate one. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I do apologize for it being so long and hopefully you stuck around this long. If you did, please make sure to like the video and subscribe if you want further updates for this game. Without further ado, I appreciate you watching and I'll see you on the next video.